Wait, what if I tell you that you could dig deeper legally and uncover the truth yourself about the email that seems legit, but something feels like it could be a scam? Or maybe you have met someone online and their story just doesn't add up, and you want to get every detail. Before we continue, let's talk about Rolladell.com. This is not another freelance marketplace. Rolladell was built for freelancers who value freedom, privacy, and control. This is where individuals and businesses of all sizes post their service and get hired in a flexible manner. Design, programming, copywriting, SEO, social media, marketing, and much more. There's a professional client waiting to pay for your service. After you've signed up, create proposal, describing your project by telling clients about your proposal. Boom. Receive messages from interested clients and work with them. Guess what? You can become a buyer and purchase services with your local payment options. You're in control. Visit Rolladell.com to get started now. And today, we are diving into 5 powerful OSINT tools that investigators, cybersecurity pros, and even hackers use to unmask anyone online legally. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll see the internet in a whole new light. Now, before we jump into the tools, let's talk about OSINT. This is open source intelligence. Basically, it's a fancy term for gathering publicly available data from the internet. Whether law enforcement, ethical hackers, and even cyber criminals use OSINT to uncover information hiding in plain sight. And here's the kicker. You can do this too. You know that weird moment when a friend tags you in a photo from years ago and you didn't even remember it existed? Now imagine someone digging through your entire online history. Things could get really awkward. Now, without further ado, let's start with our first tool, one that even hackers fear is Shodan. Shodan is the search engine for hackers. It is like Google, but instead of searching for websites, which we usually do on Google, it searches for devices connected to the internet. Everything from webcams and routers to industrial control systems and even smart appliances like your smart fridge and TV. It scans the internet for open ports and services, indexing all the devices it finds. These discovered devices often have unsecured configurations, outdated softwares, or default passwords. What you can do with Shodan is you can search for vulnerable IoT devices, example cameras, thermostats, or even power grids. You can see the real-time status of each device exposed to the internet, including geolocation system details and software versions. You can also identify security gaps like open ports or default credentials. For example, in this casino thermometer hack, attackers found the vulnerable thermometer device through Shodan in the fish tank, and they exploited it to breach the network and access sensitive data. So yeah, we can say your smart fridge might be smarter than you think, and not in a good way. Now that we have covered exposed devices, let's move on to tracking people. That leads us to our second tool, the Harvester. The Harvester is a reconnaissance tool. If you don't know what reconnaissance is, it means collecting information about a target, sometimes with limited interaction to clarify. It could be passive or active, where passive recon means no direct interaction with the target, like scanning social media profiles or looking for public records, where active recon involves some level of interactions like pinging a server or using a tool to gather response from the target system. So Harvester collects publicly available information about email addresses, subdomains, IP addresses, and employee names associated with a company or organization. How it works is basically to harvest queries from search engines like Google, Bing, and even LinkedIn databases and other sources to gather intelligence. It's a favorite tool for penetration testers to assess a company's online footprint. In a recent penetration test, researchers uncovered over 21 million credentials belonging to Fortune 500 companies just from publicly indexed sources. And guess what? It's shockingly easy to use. Now, let's take things up a notch with a visual representation tool, Maltego. Maltego is a powerful data visualization tool that creates relationship graphs. It connects dots between people, organizations, domains, email addresses, social media accounts, and whatnot. Maltego pulls data from API, public records, and online resources, then organizes it into a visual network graph. These graphs can show connections between entities that would otherwise be hard to spot. For example, in the Panama Papers scandal, investigators used similar graph-based OSINT tools to map out how offshore accounts were connected to the shell companies and high-profile individuals. Ever felt like you could be the next Sherlock Holmes? Well, with Maltego, you kinda can. But OSINT isn't just about maps. Sometimes it's about automation. That leads to our next tool, which is Spiderfoot. It is an automated OSINT tool that collects a wide variety of information about a target from dozens of data sources, including IP addresses, domains, emails, and usernames. How it works is you can configure Spiderfoot to scan for specific types of data, like you can ask for exposed credentials, domain information, social media activity, or even data breaches. And finally, let's talk about a tool that anyone can use right now, Google Docs. It refers to the advanced search operators that help users uncover specific information hidden in plain sight. It's all about crafting clever queries to extract sensitive or overlooked data from Google. Google Docs use use commands like file type, cite, and entitle to filter searches. For instance, file type, XLS cite apple.com, and likewise, you can find spreadsheets on a specific website. Another example entitled index of inertial resume. This query will return results where the word resume appears in the URL of the unprotected folder. It all depends on your creativity, and for your information, you'll find links to all these tools in our full ethical hacking guide for beginners. I put the link in the description below. What you can do with it is you can discover unsecured files and sensitive information accidentally exposed online, plus identify vulnerable web servers by searching for default configurations. So there you have it, 5 powerful OSINT tools that can help uncover information online. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. But wait, what if hackers are using these same techniques? You want to learn how hackers exploit these methods, and most importantly, how you can protect yourself. Check out my playlist where I break down hacker techniques and share practical tips to stay safe. Click the link now and let's outsmart the bad guys together. Don't forget to subscribe for more informative content. If you like the effort, do like this video. See you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay secure, and take care of yourself.